نعم بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه من تبع هدى أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. So in this video we're going to bring examples for المزيد فيه على الثلاثي بحرفين that we learned in the last two videos. So the first skill we learned was انفعل ينفعل انفعالا, where we said infa'ala is used for al-mutawa'atu. Al-mutawa'atu means when a particular object accepts the effect of an action that happened to it. So that was what we said in the last two videos. So if you look at the Quran, Surah Al-Shams, ayah 12, Allah said, إِذٍ بَعَثَ أَشْقَاهَا. إِذٍ بَعَثَ أَشْقَاهَا. So in ba'atha in fa'ala. In ba'atha in fa'ala. So it was gotten from ba'atha. So ba'atha means to send. When you send something or when you send someone, that's ba'atha itself. So just like where Allah said that وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. That we've sent to every nation a messenger telling them to worship only Allah and they should not worship false gods. So ba'atha there Allah used means to send. So in ba'atha means you accept the effect of being sent. So that would mean that what is in ba'atha, when ashkoha, when the most wicked of them all was sent. That's the meaning. When the most wicked of them all, Thamud, was sent. So in ba'atha yanba'ithu in bi'athan. Then another ayah in Surah Al-Tawbah, ayah 127, Allah said, ثُمَّ انصَرَفُوا صَرَفَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ. So the point is in sarafu from in sarafa, in fa'ala, in sarafa. So it was gotten from sarafa, and sarafa means to turn something. When you turn something away, that's sarafa. Found sarafa and he was turned. So thumma sarafu, and they turned away. So something turned them away. So here it's going to be their oppression of themselves. That was what turned them away, and some other factors. But the point is they were turned away by something. So when they turned away, Allah said, Sarafa Allahu kulubahum. Allah now turned their hearts. So in Sarafa here meant that what? They were turned away. Then the second skill that we learned was ifta'ala. Ifta'ala. And we said ifta'ala also is also used for al-mutawa'a. It's also used for al-mutawa'a, even though it has some other uses. So one of its uses is also al-mutawa'a, just like in fa'ala. So for instance, Allah said in Surah Al-Hajj, ayah 23, Allah said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ لَن يَخْلُقُوا ذُبَابًا وَلَوِ اجْتَمَعُوا لَهُ. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ لَن يَخْلُقُوا ذُبَابًا وَلَوِ اجْتَمَعُوا لَهُ. So the point here is that اجتمعوا from اجتمع, افتعل. اجتمع افتعل. افتعل يفتعل افتعالا. اجتمع يجتمع اجتماعا. So اجتمع there, gotten from jama'a. And jama'a means to gather, when you gather something. So jama'a means when you gather something. So ijtama'a would mean that they were gathered. So something gathered them, which is what? To create, to create a fly. That was what gathered them. So jama'ahum khalqu dhubab fajtama'u. So the creation of a fly gathered them and they were gathered. So ijtama'a means to be gathered. That's mutawa'a. So you accepted the effect of being gathered and you were gathered. So innal ladhina tad'una min dunillah, those that you call besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, la yakhluqu dhubaba, they can never create a fly, wala ijtama'u la, even if they were to be gathered for it. So ifta'ala ijtama'a. Then another skill that we brought was ifa'alla. And we said ifa'alla is used for mubalaghatu al-lawni wal-aib. So we use if'alla to exaggerate deficiency and colors. We use if'alla to exaggerate deficiency and colors. So if'alla yaf'allu, if'alla yaf'allu. So Allah in the Quran, Surah Al Imran, ayah 106, ayah 106, Allah said, يَوْمَ تَبِيَضُّ وُجُوهٌ وَتَسْوَدُّ وُجُوهٌ. So tabiyaddu from tafa'allu, ifa'alla yafa'allu, tabiyaddu, taswaddu. Allah said that day, yani Yawm al-Qiyamah, that some faces would be very white. We said exaggeration of color. Tabiyaddu. That day, that some faces would be white. وَتَسْوَدُّ وُجُوهٌ. And some faces would be black. Then the next skill that we learned was tafa'ala. Tafa'ala. But for this one, I would love to use a hadith that is very common to set an example instead of an ayah. So it is the hadith where the Prophet said, Man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum. Man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum. No, tafa'ala, tashabbaha, tafa'ala, yatafa'alu, tafa'ulan, tashabbaha, yatashabbahu, tashabbuhan. So man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum. We said tafa'ala is used for takalluf, when you stress yourself to get something. So tashabbaha gotten from shabaha, when something resembles another thing. When something resembles another thing, that is shabaha. So the Prophet said, Man tashabbaha biqawmin. Whoever strives to resemble, so that is to imitate now. Whoever strives to resemble some set of people, fahuwa minhum, then is from them. So tashabbaha here means that it's not as if by chance he resembled them. No, he is the one that wanted to resemble them. That's the meaning. Not that by chance. He's the one that actually intends to resemble these people. You understand? So that is what tashabbaha means here. Then the last skill that we learned was tafa'ala. Tafa'ala. And we said tafa'ala is used for al-musharakatu فيما فوق اثنين. التشارك أو المشاركة فيما فوق اثنين. So it is used for when three or more things participate in a particular action. So that was what tafa'ala is used for. So in Surah Al-Asr, ayah 3, Allah said, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. So tawasaw from tafa'ala. Tawasaw, that is the asl. That is the original form. Tawasaw, tafa'ala, tawasaw. So from wasiya, wasaw, which means to advise. Wasaw means to advise. So tawasaw, advise yourselves. Tawasaw bil haq, and they advise themselves with the truth. So and they advise themselves with the truth. Okay, so this is a few examples from the Quran and the Sunnah, which points to the fact that these things that we're learning are actually useful to understand the Quran and the Sunnah. So we're going to stop inshallah ta'ala. So هذا وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.